almost. Time flies.
Well,
today's the 24th, right? And left the first.
Yeah, I guess we've done a few days, huh?
Yeah, where'd you just moved out from West East? Basically,
yeah,
started.
Well, we did Portland, Seattle, Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, Boston, Baltimore, and tomorrow here.
All right, so I saw your gigs in Baltimore. You know, I saw the gig yesterday in Baltimore. I guess had like a warm-up show for Lamore.
Yeah, I guess you can call it that.
Yeah,
It's fun. I had a good time.
That's a good way of putting it.
I like it.
And you got a few of your mistakes out, and you just got some of the kinks out, and ready to put on a totally perfect show.
That was actually one of the tightest shows we've done in a long time. It was like the show went really well, you know. It's like because God doesn't let us drink no more before we go on stage.
Yeah, bad road manager, man. Yeah. The whole point.
We hate him for it, but we love him for it too.
Well, you did a new song yesterday, "Pleasures of the Flesh." Is that a little bit of the new style that you're going to be writing for the next album?
No, it's just one mood of the many styles the second album will have. It's like we're going to have much more total hardcore, speed thrash, and then a lot more classically oriented stuff, and then slower pounding stuff like that, even though that song's pretty fast anyway.
You're going to let Rick take some of the intros, you know, with some of the songs?
What do you mean, just opening riffs?
Yeah, well, like the opening,
sure.
like the No Love kinds of things. Let him do some of the...
Oh, well, the classical stuff, you know, pretty much stays with me, you know. I mean, he's writing a lot more riffs, and it's like coming out really good.
All right, well, let's go back to the early days, you know, 1982. How did the band actually form?
I don't know. We were all little amoebas. We were little microorganisms found in a rock by a blind German scientist.
Yeah, that's right.
And he raised us in little culture cells until we grew up into this really furry little ugly beast. And he put us in a cage until we broke out one day, and you know,
here we are.
We killed the guy after he raised us like his own children. We liked it. I still do.
Why did you choose San Francisco as a home, though? I mean, it's, as a place to, you know...
It was close to the mountains when we came in.
Yeah.
All right.
We came across a Russian oil tank.
No, that's just where we are.
Hidden in the bowels of the boat.
Well, things obviously were different then. I mean, you had different influences, obviously, in '82, with going back like to the demo with Whipping Queen and Warlord.
Well, that was when Kirk wrote all the material. You know, he was definitely leading towards a more Iron Maiden, Priestess type of direction, but when he left, I started writing all the heavy stuff.
Now I go Jeff all the time.
Thank you, Pavel.
Well, when you guys started writing the demo, was it like you had no control?
I didn't write that. Well, no, it was like I started playing for this band after I'd been playing guitar about 6 months, and so, you know, it took a while before I even really had that outright courage to start really putting out a real effort at writing music and stuff. But when I did, it's like it all just started coming to me.
Yeah, he wrote No Love, Strike the Beast.
And like the first week Kirk left, I wrote those 2 songs. The first 2 songs I ever wrote.
Was it out of desperation that they have to say, hey, all right, he's finally left, and let me write some really right fresh.
No, I felt it gave me the freedom that I wanted.
Yeah, he's finally left. No, nothing.
I mean, Kirk's the best friend of mine, but it's like,
that at all.
It definitely left me in the driver's seat musically, and I loved it. Thank you, Tom.
Basically.
But Rick is starting to be a very, very valuable contribution. He's
going to be worth your money.
A lot of good riffs and stuff. You know, I like it that way, you know, because that way you get different musical influences coming in.
Fight over royalties, too.
Great thing.
Yeah, you got plenty for Richard. One of you guys leaves, you know, who's going to fight over who gets...
well, I mean,
just painful. Just
whoever wrote anything, they're going to get
fight for any reason.
You get the just due desserts.
Well, obviously, since Kirk left in '83, did he have too much influence over the early days of the band, or was it still more of a group effort around then, or was it he did too much of the writing? And
no, it was a group effort, but Exodus, like, you know, when I came in the band, we were playing parties, backyard parties and stuff like that, and we were into different types of music until Paul came along, and he sort of turned us on to what's heavy and what's weak. And what's great and what's garbage.
I like that.
Paul was my shining light.
Well, when Kirk left in '83, there was possibility mentioned by a good buddy of yours, Mr. Ron Quintana, in his magazine Metal Mania, that there was a swap made with Dave Pop.
No, it's just a misprint. He didn't mean it like that. It just came out. It's totally like that. And everybody, I've read magazines just a few months old. People who don't know what they're talking about, you know, thought Dave Mustaine was still in Exodus. And I just laugh.
All right. Well, that obviously squelches the rumor. Obviously, when Kirk left, what did you have to do to take it upon yourself to start writing songs?
Well, the first thing we had to take upon ourselves was finding a replacement. Because when Kirk left, we had been going through like about a 2-month delay and trying to figure out a way to kick out our bass player, who was a really good friend, and he was such a good friend, no one had the courage to kick him out of the band after 2 years in the band. And so we hadn't practiced for a long time, and Kirk got the offer and he left. And, you know, I don't really blame him, you know, at the time, you know. It was a smart career move for him, and it was a good move for us, too.
Yeah, we're mutually both ways.
I like it.
It's friendly.
It's a happy thing. Yes, it is.
Everybody wanted the spot.
Well, obviously, a lot of the people listening in now only know the Bonded by Blood album. What were some of the early songs that, like a lot of the non-tape traders, they can't get songs like Interrogation and Ender, Child of Evil Pillager, yeah, the old classic songs.
Avenger, gotta get away, get it out of here.
Yeah.
Make it go away, I don't like it. No, it's not like that.
Brian Little, friend of yours, good friend of Pittsburgh.
I like Brian Little, he's a very
old
good
tape
friend.
trading bench. But what were some of the songs like back then? Were they also made and influenced? And
Yeah, they were kind of like Priest, Maiden.
Yeah, I mean, at the time, that's when we were really into, like, you know, the first Maiden album just been out, and we were really into that. And,
those were the bands to be into at the time.
yeah, you know. But then, like, the first band that really influenced me to be heavy was Angel Witch.
Kevin
And
Hayden.
Motorhead.
Yeah.
Of course, Motorhead. Motorhead's goddamn. Paul doesn't like a whole lot, but I love you, Lemmy, wherever you are.
Now, Gary, I never said that, and you know it.
All right. Well, we got a couple of quick other things I want to touch upon right now. Now, you're doing Hell's Breath and Impaler Live. Do you intend for those to be on the next album? And if they are going to be,
No,
just kind of teasers.
People just want to hear them.
Yeah.
So we always end up doing
You
it.
can't find killer heavy songs like that, you know, on the album, both not on an album, and we can't, you know, we could not play them live.
We've told our crowd
It's a
about
good
a
show
million
when we play it
times.
live. If it's, you know, if it's a show where there's 25 people, which we haven't had yet, but if there is, if there will be, then I don't know, I might be inclined not to want to play it for them.
Yeah, you know,
Just being inclined to throw bottles at them.
we've told our crowd a million times that we're not ever going to play Impaler again. Like, this is the last time. And then we always end up doing it. It's
I
like,
played it at least, I don't know, 10
Talking
times.
out the side of my neck.
Said that.
It's a fun song to play.
Have you done a lot of rearranging of Impaler?
none at all. It still remains. It's heavier, much better lead work.
Due to the guitar tones and heavy.
Overall musicianship, you know.
It's gotten twice as heavy somehow.
Ow, 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 ow.
Oh, well, obviously, people think San Francisco is the ace place to play in the U.S. Tell us about, obviously, some of the clubs, Stone, Buhay, Ruthie's, the crazy area that it's like, your impressions of the clubs. Tell all the Jersey and New York and Connecticut listeners what it's like to be from that area.
Well, after the length of time we've been playing the clubs, it's like some of the clubs are too insane to even try to play
Ruthies,
them.
you can't play really play Ruthies.
The crowd goes so crazy that it's just like you're in fear of your life being on stage.
But isn't Ruthie's like a 4-foot-high stage, and it's like a...
No, it's just out 4 feet.
About 3 feet high.
It's kind of a dive. There's no
But just-
circulation. though.
Yeah, it's so hot, but it's like our home.
It's like 2,000 views. Yeah.
It's like our home, though. It's how we live.
It's so funny because we keep saying, "Oh, we'll never play there," and somehow we just play there again and again. It's just like we're so stupid.
We're
But we like it.
morons.
It's friendly.
And, you know,
5 minutes, I guess, is what it brings us back. It's just fun that way.
yeah, we still play those really small clubs like Ruthie's when, you know, we've headlined and sold out the Kabuki Theater in San Francisco, which is a really big place.
Yeah, 1,400, right?
But more than
About
that.
18.
More than that.
How many then, Gary?
I don't know, 500 billion, trillion, zillion.
No, not zillion. Maybe billion, but not
Not
zillion.
zillion?
I
Okay.
guess you spoiled the San Francisco Thrashers because like Exodus every weekend at the Maverick. You always
No, we never play that often. We play maybe like once a month.
Yeah, at most.
At most, you
We
know.
haven't played even that much, but
And
once
like-
every other,
Yeah.
once every other match.
You know, in the last few months, we've done like slightly abroad gigs, not really far off, just, you know.
Like 2 years ago, you catch you guys
Last few
pretty
months,
often.
we're not far off of that.
You know,
It's only a few thousand.
we're quite a ways away. No.
How was it playing on the Venom tour?
Oh, it's fun, great fun. Yeah,
Great fun.
Not in the
Get-
shows, though.
it gave us the opportunity to play some really nice venues on our first American tour instead of having to play smaller places.
We're
We were playing
spoiled.
the Hollywood Palladium in front of like 4,500 people and stuff, and that was a big rush. Passed out, yeah.
Where?
I'm lying.
Okay.
I lied. I'm sorry.
Basically, from the fans you've seen in the New York area, any comparisons to the San Francisco aggressive style people?
Yeah, they're getting a lot more crazy all over the place. It didn't used to be like that. And I'm looking forward to
It
tomorrow.
wasn't in Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
Chairs,
Throwing chairs around the place.
It was outrageous. I couldn't believe it. I almost missed some lyrics. Like, while I was watching them, just going, yeah, that's me. All right, it's like a game, you know? I was watching them beat their brains in and just enjoy it. But also, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm singing.
That was a show where
beat each other up.
that was a show where we all got entirely too drunk, and our road manager Scott beat us on the heads out of the show because we were kind of like stumbling on stage. And it was a really sad sight. And,
Yeah. Our road manager, Scott's God, by the way.
yeah, hi Scott.
How much?
Ma.
Say that, huh?
$50, 50 bucks a head.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you
My brain swat.
only did one demo. How did you get to be involved with Torrid Records?
Through live tapes and through a mutual friend, Sam Kress, of both parties. And, you know, we've only had one official type demo, but numerous, countless live tapes.
I know. We only had
I have
one.
about 40 of them myself.
I have one.
The only demo we actually
I know people.
Boy,
People
it's worth
are,
wonders, I tell you.
people have sent me their tape list, and they got like 40 Exodus tapes. And I
know,
can't
it's-
believe it because I have one.
Exodus
live
Ruthie's 1, Exodus Ruthie's 13. Oh, I'm going to sing number 36.
But, you know, the thing is, our shows are so unique and individual, and each show, I can listen to these tapes after they send me copies and after not even knowing the date or remember when I'll hear it and know where we played that tape at.
Forget it.
It's like, because I remember that kind of stuff really well.
Well, yeah, speaking of like the live shows in the past, have you changed a little bit of the speeds, around from the past to now? Like, with
Well,
different songwriting, more complexity, you're going to change some of the speeds, some songs fast, some songs slow, you're going to mix it up?
Yeah, well, we always mixed it up. You know, some people out there call us incredibly fast. I've read reviews, you know, every song's fast as Motor Breath, giving a little Metallica comparison.
But some people
And that's
did
not
also
true.
do
We
too
got
slow.
And then there were none. And then there's No Love, that's all slow. Delirious Steven with their little fast breaks. And then some people out there say we're not fast
Yeah.
enough, you know. You can't please everybody, I guess. You know, but
It's just not true.
It doesn't have to be lightning fast.
the key word to me isn't fast, it's heavy. If it's
How hard
heavy,
is your head
it's
speed?
slow. I don't care. I mean, like the opening riffs and then they're not slow, but it's just like bludgeoning jackhammer
It's kind of like
coming down your cranium.
here's how it is. Here's how it is. If you have a hammer and you're hitting somebody on the head, right?
That's what it feels like.
Okay, you hit him fast, it's going to do damage. But if you hit him slow and hard, it's going to do just as much damage as if you hit him fast.
But if you do it slow, sometimes you even get more pleasure out
Slow
of
and
it.
hard hammer on the head hurts you just as much as fast.
Well put, Paul.
All right, you're listening to WRTN with Exodus Live. Paul and Gary from ways 2,800 miles outside of our area, coming in from Frisco, playing the big tour, and going to set some people up for tomorrow's show, or actually later on today. You guys now have got the album out. So album's doing very well, obviously, sales-wise. Do you write songs one at a time, or do you like to write songs in like three or four, say, within a week period? How do you write songs in that respect?
Spontaneously.
That's like when I write the music, I may come up with one real classic riff, but that doesn't mean that I stick solely to that. I'll come with another riff instead of like some people just bunch them all together.
Some people just sit down and write a song.
Yeah, I wrote one riff, I wrote another riff, I'll put them both together even if they don't fit. They're very different riffs, and I take it from there. I'll come up with a really hot riff that I'll work on constantly sometimes. Spend hours and hours every day just sitting in my room just humming with my guitar.
And the Bonded by Blood album, a lot of the songs on there, some of them are like from '83, some of them from '84, different years. Like you kind of lump,
They're
you're
mostly
writing from
84.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much 84, except for like Strike of the Beast and No Love.
those are like the classics that go back to.
They go back
first ones.
to like our first shows without Kirk Hammett.
Yeah. The beginning of the new material.
Around the time that Kill 'Em All came out, actually.
Now with